What is going on? My name is Chet. What is up? What's happening, people? How the heck are ya? This is Dude, Where's My Crypto? And today we're going to be going over Golem. We're going to be going over a little bit of TA, as well as Gemini now allowing block trading. So stay tuned. Alright, so first up on that list is Golem, right? Finally. The project that everyone used as a benchmark for what not to do when launching your cryptocurrency. For the longest time, even me, I remember telling people using Golem as an example, saying, when you're analyzing a coin, when you're looking at a coin, you want to look for, whether the coin has an innovation gap or not. Because for the longest time, Golem was yet to have a even test net. They were unable to, the technology wasn't unable to back up what the project was trying to accomplish. So, finally, they've provided a beta for us to use. They're calling this their brass beta, allowing users now, if you're not familiar, Golem seeks to be the world's first supercomputer. As a byproduct of that, right, they allow people to buy and sell their computing power. They allow users to sell their own computing power that's excess, as well as buy computing power. This will revolutionize technology and allow for a lot of interesting projects, as well as a lot of interesting use cases for your everyday people. It's been about 2 years now since the Golem ICO, so it has actually been quite a long time coming. They have a Medium post that breaks everything down that has to do with their platform and with their beta. As you can see, I set up a account. I downloaded the beta on my PC, and I'm definitely going to be testing it out. If you'd like to follow us on Facebook, I'll post my updates using the beta software there. Our group basically is some TA, a lot of community, a lot of people talking about price action. So it's really a place for you to go when, say you feel unsure of the current market and aren't really knowing what's happening. A lot of people in our group now are kind of have the upper hand because there's a lot of traders in the group and a lot of people who can provide insight when they may not have understood what was going on. So if you would like to join the group, I will post a link below. There's a link in the description if you would like to join our cryptocurrency Facebook group. We are now over 1,200 members strong and growing. Okay, so we went over Golem. Now let's head on over to the Winklevoss twins. The Winklevoss twins exchange Gemini will launch block trading for Bitcoin and Ethereum on April 12th. Block trading, if you're not familiar, is basically an alternative to OTC trading. It allows for larger investors to trade on the market without causing slippage. Basically allows them to trade without affecting the price too much to the point that it affects their own buys, right? Because let me break it down simply. Let's say if you're a big whale and you want to buy 10,000 Bitcoin. By the time your order got to filling, say, even 10% of that, the price of Bitcoin will have increased because your own orders cleared the order books. So, by default, you will be paying more for each Bitcoin just because of your own purchases. So, block trading is going to commence on April 12th. And what people aren't really realizing about all this, I posted a group, so the Palm Beach Confidential, it's a premium newsletter, and they post updates frequently about the market. And they've actually just touched on this today, which is funny because I was going to talk about it in today's video, but um, a lot of these larger investors, Rockefeller is set to start a blockchain-based venture fund. A lot of the larger scale investors, that billion-dollar blockchain fund has just started up. But larger investors are getting into the crypto space now. I think you guys, I think a lot of the people in the crypto market really should realize and open their eyes to what's happening. These futures markets, maybe Mt. Gox, but mainly these future markets are manipulating the price of Bitcoin. Down, 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 down. Now, the people that supposedly have a majority of the insider information and have a majority of the pull, they can easily manipulate price. Now these people are coming in and buying. Well, that's not a red flag, but that should be a sign for you to say, hey, maybe I shouldn't sell my Bitcoin at pennies, or maybe I should take a position in Bitcoin. I wouldn't say fully, right? Because we can still see some chop. We can still start seeing some dips, right? But maybe it's time, people start taking on a more bullish outlook. With all of these larger investors coming in, I would not be surprised if in the next, at the very least, few months, we start seeing those huge price swings. Now I'm going to go through the market quickly. Let me pull up a different chart. I usually only pull charts on actually I'll save that. I usually pull charts on perps, right? The perpetual swap contracts on BitMEX. So that's the chart I will be using. So if the price that I mentioned is different than the one that you're seeing on your chart, then that is why. So this is the daily chart. We have been on a slow grind after our all-time high of around 20K. We've been on a slow grind down. We see a nice little bounce, and then we make new resistance off of previous support. We see a nice little bounce, and we make new resistance off of previous support. See a bounce, make new, and that's all we've been doing. And now we've been doing that in a more concentrated kind of, we've been consolidating a bit and showing those fractals a bit more. I do have we've been in this falling wedge, and we've broken to the upside of this falling wedge, but as you can see, we saw a pretty large rejection. I think this 20 DMA is our biggest issue. As you can see, for the last 2 weeks or so, this orange line is our 20 DMA. For the last 2 weeks or so, that has acted as a very, very, very prominent resistance. In order for us to start seeing any kind of reversal signals, I would like for us to break above that 20 DMA. Obviously, in addition to the cloud, we want to break to the upside, and lately we've been coming nowhere close. In addition, key level to look out for if we start seeing a bounce is this 7,700 level. That's a previous area where we faltered. We want to make sure that we can see a clear bounce, right? We want to make sure we see a nice V bottom, and lately we have not seen that. So yeah, pulling up on the shorter time frames, we did get a nice buy signal from the Supertrend. If you're curious, I will add links to the indicators I'm using in this chart in the video description. So yeah, the Supertrend, we got a nice buy signal on the hourly, and as you can see, most of our buy signals have been valid. Buy signal here, and we saw a price change from 66 to 7,100. Similar fashion here, 6,700 to 7,400. So it's likely that in the very short time frame, we'll see this buy signal valid. Other than that, that is about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will be posting very regular content, so if you are curious and would like some market insight that isn't biased or that isn't trying to sell you something, then Dude, Where's My Crypto is the solution for you. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day.